Welcome YouTube, I'm Stub and I'm starting a Brawl Stars channel. And this first series will be a how to play series. I'm going to try and go through each brawler at beginning, intermediate and experience levels, giving tips on how to use the brawler, what modes are best and how their gadgets and star powers affect how you play them. So let's get into the video. So an obvious first choice for this video is Shelly. Shelly is a great beginner brawler with high up close damage and medium health. She's a typical tank counter, which means she plays well against brawlers with short range and high health. So Shelly's main attack is buckshots. This is a quick single hit of 5 shots that spread out the further away they are. This means her attack does more damage the closer an enemy is to her. Shelly's Super Shell works in a similar way. It's a slightly larger range and also knocks back enemies and destroys walls when it hits them. So now we know all of Shelly's stats and mechanics, let's get into how to play her. We'll start with tips for a new Brawl Stars player. As a new player, you'll play Shelly in most modes, although she'll be easiest to play in modes where people bunch up, so you can auto-aim and maximise your shots. My main tip for beginners is use bushes and walls to get as close to an enemy as possible without taking too much damage yourself. And just hit the auto aim button. Unloading 2 shots should kill most low to medium health brawlers at close range, but for tanks like El Primo and Frank, you want to use all of your ammo. When using your super, it's a similar idea. You want to be close to enemies. This maximizes the super damage. If you use it from far away, it's a bit of a waste, and it's probably better to save it. That's my beginner's tips for Shelly. At this level, I'd advise playing Shelly in Brawl, Jam Grab and Showdown, although any map with lots of bushes, Shelly can be a decent choice. So now I'm going to give tips for players at an intermediate level, and also about Shelly's gadget, and how that changes how she plays. Because once you've got Shelly to this trophy level, you're going to start getting her to power level 7 and start unlocking those gadgets. Now gadgets have a 1 in 50 drop rate in any box you unlock, or can be bought for 1000 gold in the store. Shelly's gadget is called Fast Forward, and this gives her a burst of speed in the direction she's moving, and it really makes her a better brawler. It can be used on both the offensive and defensive. It's very good for quickly rushing a low health brawler, such as Barley or Tick or Dynamite. It can also be used to jump out at brawlers from bushes. This is a great use for the gadget in showdown modes, because at this level people are starting to check bushes or just simply avoiding them. So before they check the bushes, or if they're keeping their distance, Shelly can burst out of the bush and deal a lot of damage really close to them. Shelly's gadget can also be used for escaping damage when you have low health or dodging a super. This gadget makes Shelly more aggressive in 3v3s, where I'd advise using the gadget more on the offense, and gives her much more survivability in Showdown, where I'd use it to escape a sticky situation. There are also other uses, like getting to the first siege bolt or grabbing the first iron bounty, but Shelly isn't really a good choice in either of these modes, so it isn't used much for this. Generally now, Shelly isn't feeling as strong as she seemed at lower trophies, so her use is a bit more limited. However, with the gadget, she still is usable. Shelly does become less of an option in Gem Grab, although playable on grassy maps. In late game, once the grass has been destroyed and Shelly has no more gadget uses, it can be hard to get close to people. This is the same to a lesser degree in Brawl, as people are coming to you when you spawn, so you can be a bit more patient and wait for someone to get close, but in late game and overtime, the issue becomes similar to that of Gem Grab. Shelly is still a good option in Duo Showdown and can be played on Solo Showdown with a bit of caution. Shelly is also a good choice in Snake Prairie, a bounty map. Grass covers the entire map, and because of Shelly's high, close range damage, she's extremely strong. One last tip at this trophy level, I think this goes for all brawlers. You want to start to be able to dodge shots by making your movements unpredictable. This is especially useful for Shelly because you want to keep that health high, and if you're going up against someone like a Colt or a Bee who does a lot of damage from a long range, you want to be able to avoid those shots to make sure you have the maximum health to do as much damage and stay alive. So now we'll move on to the experience part of this guide, where we'll talk about Shelly's star powers and her matchups at this trophy level. So Shelly's 2 star powers unlock at power level 9 and have a 1 in 100 chance of getting unlocked in a Brawl box, or you can buy them in the store for 2000 gold each. Her original star power, Shell Shocked, you want to be using in 3v3 modes. It slows down enemies for 3 seconds, and this can be really useful in Brawl Ball to stop the opposition moving up the field, or in any other 3v3 mode to stop enemies running away and letting Shelly get that kill. Her other star power, Band-Aid, is my favourite of the two, and this heals Shelly 1800 health when Shelly's own health falls below 40%. This is most useful in Showdown as it adds so much to Shelly's survivability, but as it takes 20 seconds to charge, if Shelly gets killed in a 3v3 mode, the counter restarts and it's just not worth using it there. That's why I'd advise Shell Shocked in the 3v3 modes. At this level with Shelly, you want to use her fairly long range to get chip shots on the opposition. These are low damage shots at a long distance to get their health down, and they'll also charge your super. Once charged, people should respect you a bit more and give you more space, and this will mean you can push your opponent and have more control of the match. Now, one final thing about Shelly is that she's very matchup dependent. She plays very well against some brawlers and poorly against others. Her best matchups are Sprout, Sandy, Jean, Mr. P, Penny, BB, Dynamite, Carl, Frank, Colt, El Primo, Barley, Mortis, Tara, and Poco. And brawlers that she struggles against are Spike, Piper, Bo, Bee, Tick, and 8-Bits. Now, you will notice that I've left some brawlers out, and these matchups are a bit more situational and depend on how you play, as with the rest of this list, but hopefully this list will give you an idea and a bit of a guide to what matchups you can and can't take with Shelly. As for maps and modes that Shelly is good on, her star powers don't really change where she shines, they just make her a better brawler overall in these maps and modes. So I'd stick to the maps and game modes that I outlined in the intermediate part of this guide. Now I'm going to play some Gem Grab and some Duo Showdown to show you how I play Shelly and show you the tactics that I've spoken of in action. So this map doesn't have great bush coverage, but it's not too bad, and this is a decent comp to go with Shelly. So now I'm just going to try and grab this first gem and just kind of push back that Jean, just try and take out that Mortis. B's really low, but I should be able to take out this Mortis quite easily. That's a good matchup for Shelly. Jean's pretty good matchup for Shelly as well, so I'm pushing quite hard here. And I mean, Crow's pretty good matchup for Shelly, so we just took out that Mortis with not much problem, and I've still got my super, so I'm going to try and hold on to that so I can be a bit more commanding. Now we're just trying to kind of push them out and hold this mid here, although that B's low. Got that Jean, but Mortis is pushing up a bit as well. Jesse's turret is really strong at kind of holding position. We're playing really well at the moment. We can just get this last gem, push that Mortis back and run out and hopefully stay alive. Ugh, just lost to that Crow. But looks like Jesse's grabbed all the gems and is going to hide away in this corner and keep them all. We can just try and get rid of this Mortis here. We just don't want anything to be stopping. Let's get this win. And yeah, GG. Now in the gem grab I had Shell Shock on. This time I've got Band-Aid, so just to get that survivability. And just if there's any kind of clutch moments, that can come in really handy. Just getting boxes to begin with, so you get high power, and yeah, once Shelly's high power, she's really difficult to deal with. Mortis looks like he's doing well as well. Just gonna head in to find that Mortis. Hopefully just kind of, yeah, he's got mid, so we can, if I can get in there as well, we'll be really strong together. This is another good comp for to go against. That's the Band-Aid coming in handy there. This chip damage is really taking a toll. If we can push a bit more. Okay, I'm going to fall back. Yeah, that team's actually doing well at keeping us at bay. Yeah, Band-Aid's charged up again, so I can kind of go in for another attack. This spike, I don't really want to go too hard on that spike because there's a big counter for Shelly. Does a lot of damage really close and really quick. Oh no, I didn't realise that wasn't my super for some reason. Just going to try and run and stay alive. My teammate's gone, but that Gene looks like he's in trouble, so you can definitely get third. Nice. I'm just going to stay alive till my Mortis comes back. See if these guys can just fight it out. So that's showdown already, which is really nice. And Piper's a bit of a difficult matchup for Shelly, but hopefully we can get this. Nice, Mortis is doing well. Ugh. Two big Shelly counters, not looking great. Ugh. Unlucky. We got the second though, so that's still up trophies. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you now feel more confident playing Shelly. If you have any questions, please hit me up in the comments, and next time I'll be covering the first Trophy Road brawler, Nita. So if you want to see that and the rest of the series, please subscribe.